To our first event of the season. He technically jogged through his walk, which really upset me because welcome to our first event of the season. It is Saturday night. Casper, you actually have to come in. Just putting Casper to bed. Good boy. We are leaving bright and early tomorrow morning. Well, won't be bright. Probably. Oh, it might just be light. Probably trying to aim to leave around 6 to get there 8:30. I don't know if I said we're going to Morton for the B90. My dressage times are about 10. Then show jumping is about 11ish, and then cross country's about 11:45ish. So quite quick. Don't know if I've got anyone coming with me. I know one person who's competing. She's 12 before me. And she has said that if they're there, they will film for me. If still there, they'll film for me, which is brilliant. So if I could get the dressage and the show jumping footage, I'll buy the equi reel, if it all goes to plan, that is. But yeah, that is the plan. Casper's got a huge, big bed, so hopefully he doesn't lie in his poo. And the trailer is all packed. I tell you what, having a trailer that you can pack everything the night before is just brilliant, because I'm not in the right car, so I wouldn't have been able to pack anything. But I'll take you over to the trailer. Pretty much everything in here. We have vet supplies, tack, cleaning, emergencies, waterproof rug, fleece, spare competition kit, which I will pack another bag, but stock shirt and breeches just in case, my numbners, massage pad, gallopers if it starts raining, which I doubt it, my hat, spurs, boots, one pair down there, one pair down there, air jacket, body protector and show jackets up there, and then whips are in the door. I feel like if you've watched my trailer tour vlog, you'll already know this, but bog standard, I've got hay and water already in there. And then, oh, good thing I came around here because I wouldn't have shut that. But bridles, saddles, and I need to just go and pack my boots up and put them in here as well, which is probably why I left the door open. So all packed and ready to go, and I will see you guys in the morning. So it is just before 5. I've had about 4.5 hours sleep, and it is really warm in the car, the heated seat on. It's about 3 degrees outside and I don't want to get out. I think what I'm going to do is load him up. If he's clean, load him up straight away, and then I'm going to plait once I get there, and hopefully it'll be a bit warmer and my fingers will work properly. He's still very much asleep, so I'm going to give him some breakfast, see if he's clean, change his rugs, and then yeah, just get on the way. Make sure I put my plaiting kit in, because that is not yet in, but that is the plan, because it is too cold here to do anything else. Well, the good news is he has stayed pretty clean, I think. Good boy. Yeah, I think he's got a little bit pooey on that hock, but can't really see. The best of him, all good. Right, let's get your rug on. Get you loaded here, Caspies. He's got this now, haven't you? No, you're staying in there, you donut. Where are you going? Oh, I spoke too soon. Back. Go to your hay net. No, go to your hay net, Caps. What are you doing? Hey, do I have to clip you on before I go and shut that thing? Ah, good boy, stay. Stay. You're not a doggy, are you? Oh, There we go. Happy pony. Let's go. Hey, Gasps. Good boy. Good boy. Eat your hay nut. Enjoy yourself. See you in a couple of hours. Good boy. We have made it. I've got some serious nostalgia going on because the last time I was here would have been 10 years ago with Dino. So yeah, the last time I was here it was with my gorgeous Dino. I'll put some pictures up here from the last time we were here, but that would have been 10 years ago when I was still at school. And she was mega. I think it was like, we did our first 100 show jumping here. I think it wasn't our first ever event, but maybe it was the start of our first proper season we did here. I can't really think, but I remember it being pretty cool. That I was here and I was so overexcited, and Dino was epic. I think she had a horrendous dressage, she always did, but yeah. So that was the last time I was here. I think I want to say we did our dressage over there, but it's now in this field that we're parking in behind me. I'm going to let the ramp down so Casper can see out, and then I'm going to run around the cross-country course. Come back, plat. I need to see if I can find some signal and see what time Sarah is on, because I'm going to try and find her and her husband, who I literally only met at camp a few weeks ago. But they're a friend of a friend, and they're the only people I know here today. So they have kind of said if nothing clashes, they will film some bits for me. So yeah, I'm going to go and find them. Probably, I think her dressage is like 8:30ish. So I have an hour to get around the cross-country course, and maybe try and start doing some plats. But that would be where I can find them. Although I would have thought they would be here, because there's not that many people here. There's a couple of trailers there and a couple of trailers there, but they all seem to be anything but a bay horse. I'm not actually sure what they drive. So yeah, I'm going to get on and take you around the cross-country course with me. Happy boy, you've barely eaten your hay net, which surprises me, but you look all good. Oh no, your tail bag's fallen off and you're standing in your poo. Great. For some reason, he doesn't even look like he rubs his tail in here, but his tail bag always falls off. It's really annoying. If anyone has any genius ideas of how I can get it to stay. Although, saying that, his tail doesn't really rub, so I'm not really sure he needs one, but that one covers his whole tail in case he poos on it. Oh well. So I've just got to the cross-country start. The course maps are on a fence behind me. Oh, I've come the wrong way. I don't know where the cross-country warm-up is. Interesting. But they've rubbed out the 90 speed and distance, and it doesn't say the optimum time anywhere, so I'm not too sure where you find that out. But I will do a little wander. There's no one here at the moment to ask. However, let's get started. So fence one, really lovely, but you have to come out of the start box on an angle, come all the way over here to get straight, and then nice brush fence shared with the meter. Number two is a nice log on a slight incline, but nothing that should affect the jump. Fence three, a nice white palisade, I guess, also shared with the 100. Hopefully this grass will have got rid of the dew and frost and be a bit more green to make the jump stand out, but it's a nice jump. So 4A is this white roll top. Need to make sure to come all the way round to get straight to it. 4B, so that's 4A. 4B, tight round this corner and pop over this. Hopefully the sun won't be anywhere near and it'll just be a lovely jump. Number 5, just another plain roll top. Now number 6 is a ditch to a log. We've got quite a few strides though until it's the log hidden behind the 100 one. So yeah, you've got quite a while, and it looks like quite a nice ditch. Oh, and that's minute marker 2. Big, but it's a nice ditch. If he wants to put his feet in there, he can. It is fence B, so Just nice curving line over that and onto there. 7 is this small sort of hanging log pile. This is quite odd. I believe one of those is fence 8. I'm guessing we go cantering out through here and then come back on ourselves. Oh. Yeah, so through this gap, that's the novice. It's quite a beefy log to a corner, but the 90, nice and simple, through the woods to a log. Line A and B are in a straight line there. And they sort of put these Christmas trees out so that you have to go round and then swing back in to make sure you are straight, just to make it slightly more difficult, but a nice, I'm gonna say one stride, but I'll walk it in a minute. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So a nice 2 stride actually. And minute marker 3 is just going through here. So number 10 is this hanging log, sort of fake trachena, which I think Casper should be absolutely fine at. There's no actual ditch underneath, there's just a couple of logs and some bark. For some reason the audio isn't on this, but essentially all I said was it's a curving line from the trachena out over this nice little roll top. From 11, we've got a good curve again to a very simple 12, which is just very wobbly up the steps. So number 13 looks like it's just a hanging log again. Yeah, so I don't know where the trachena is. I'm sure it used to be here. The 100 has a bit of a trachena, but not a huge ditch. The novice have a ditch palisade, which I would actually prefer to jump the novice than the 100, but there we go. That's what we've got, a hanging log. My minute marker 4 has just gone off, which by the way is just based on 450 metres a minute, not the actual optimum time. But yeah, here's 14A, through the waters, B and C. Is that one out there? I thought I would walk the water, see how deep it is. I have a feeling I might regret this. It's definitely slowing me up. But C, share with 100 again, nice pop out over that. Remember to ride the undulation, not the jump, as Cam would shout at me. 15, looking nice. Again, just a hanging log, and then plop down over there. I also mentioned, considering the amount of rain we had, and that I thought this event wouldn't go ahead, how good the ground's looking. This is the steepest part, and yeah, it's probably the worst bit of ground, and it's really good, really firm, not particularly wet at all, as you can see by the little damage that happened yesterday. So this is fence 16, which I have no problem with, apart from how narrow it is. I think I'm going to come back to trot just to make sure he goes in between the flags. Yeah, that's 100 have the same. They obviously get a nicer bit, but I assume they have to jump that one too, so you know, that's a little bit harder. But yeah, just come back to trot and pop down there. Fence 17 is this train cart. Really loving the white jumps today, which I think Casper might look at in the sun because they're so reflective. But yeah, nice jump. Fun fact, this used to come like out of this little hut and have a log and then a yellow strip underneath, and I'll insert a photo, but Dino nearly killed me at that jump. She left a leg, I think because it was a yellow jump, she didn't see the log on top, and yeah, just completely left a leg and nearly sent me flying. Looking at a lot of the novice jumps thinking, oh, they don't look too bad, until this one. It doesn't look that bad on camera, but it is massive. That's the 100 for comparison, which is a lot smaller and a lot narrower. Final combination over this hanging log, which looks bigger than the 100 down there. And they've been, oh no, they've got to do that one to that one. We jump this one, and then straight to B, and then on to a nice roll top at the last. A little thing I've learnt for finishing, the final jump's here, you're coming from there. If you're short on time, you want to come the inside line and take it straight over there through the finish flags. If you are up on time, you want to go round, get yourself straight over here, and then you can wiggle to then go through the finish flags, which is allowed, and you haven't trotted and you haven't overly slowed down. You've just taken a longer line, which is perfectly acceptable. And then yeah, this is the finish line. An added bonus to the X track is sitting down to plait. So yeah, I watched Sarah's dressage test. She went really nicely. Now I'm just finishing my plaits before I put my studs in. Your boy, he's so confused. I knew this was going to catch me out one day. My spanner and tap are still in my big coat from Bicton. And I knew when I put them in there, and I've seen them since, and I've gone, I really should put them back in my stud kit. Well, guess what? I haven't. So we've got no studs. I think for cross country I'll see if Sarah's got her tap and spanner, but she's just gone show jumping, so I can't ask now, and I don't know which one their car is to go and politely raid. So yeah, I have to do dressage without studs, but the ground is really nice, and I don't normally stud for like team chasing or anything, so it's not a huge worry. Just got to be careful on those corners in the dressage arena, but we're not cantering around any corners, so yeah, should be absolutely fine. Now to get tap, I've got about half an hour before I want to be on, so tap changed and get on. We are all ready to go for dressage. I really sadly don't think I'm going to get any footage unless I'm really brave and ask someone, because Sarah is going cross country and she's like 15 minutes after I go dressage, so that doesn't really give Rob enough time to run back and film her, which is a shame, but there we go. So I might ask a stranger. I'll take my phone with me just in case, but yeah, otherwise I'll just have to update you afterwards. So I am here with my score sheet to do a little voiceover. We get a 6.5 for our centre line, with the comment drifting a little right at times, which you can see there. It's just when I put my leg on to get him to bend for the corner, he just wiggles a little bit. Then we trot all the way around the outside. He had a little trip there, but I don't think they saw, because we got a 7 with no comment. I think he's going quite nicely. Personally, I like him a bit more forward, but at the moment we're working on just keeping him round. He isn't completely consistent in the contact, but he's pretty good. Then we got 7 for this 3-loop serpentine. Could keep the flow more, which I guess she just means there. He just is he stops a bit when he's changing his bend. Then for the counter, we got a 6.5, could stay rounder, which I think is a little bit harsh, because I don't think he came above the bit too much. I think he's just sort of jumped into canter. Then for the circle, we got 6.5, could lift the back more, which is something we've obviously been working on. I need to get him more forward, but as you know, I didn't have any studs in, so I was pretty cautious with that. Then for our downwards transition, we got a 7. Then for our free walk on a long rein, he was going so beautifully, and I asked for that little bit extra, and we got a little jog on this bit, which is why we got a 5.5. Some lovely steps, then jogged. Shame, because I think that would have been a 7.5, and we would have got a much better score, because they are double marked. So that was a real shame. Then we got a 7 for the working trot. Then we go back into this 3-loop serpentine. We got a 6.5, could keep the balance right. I guess she means there. I mean, personally, I think he looks lovely going around that corner. So not too sure what that comment was for. And then that's it. We haven't got any other comments for the rest of the test. We get a 7 for that transition, which I think was fairly similar to the first one. But there we go. And then he's going a lovely canter. In our lesson with Abby at camp, she said his left rein is much better than his right, which this also replicates, but I think it's worse. But I think that's because I'm scared of it, because it's his naughty rein. But there we go. Then we change the rein here. He's lovely and consistent in the contact. I wish the judge would give more comments on a 7, because I want to know why that isn't a 7.5 or an 8. Because I think he did it really lovely. He was in balance. And then we go down the centre line. I think that was a bit wiggly there, but she obviously didn't see that. And then halt and salute at X. And that is a pretty good halt, although I can't quite see because the voiceover bit's in the way. I was brave enough to ask someone to film it. They thought I asked for them to read it, and they were like, no. And then I was like, no, just film it, please. And they were like, oh, okay. So yeah, really buzzed me that. I think he technically jogged through his walk, which really upset me because he's got such a good walk. Free walk on a long range, like so good. And I just pushed a little bit too hard and he jogged, which is gutting because that's obviously a double scorer. But I think it was a really nice test. They're marking quite nicely, so I really hope she likes him. I'm hoping maybe a 31, 32. I think it ruined it with the jog. I think we could have been on to our first sub 30, which is a real shame. He does it quite a lot. I need to, because I can push him so much at home. And he just stays in walk. And then there, I was like, God, give it all you got. And no, need to play it safe. But yeah, very pleased with that. The ground felt absolutely fine. I'm not even sure I need studs for cross country, to be honest. But I'm going to go and say good luck to Sarah. She's already... No, I think she's gone. But yeah, buzzing. But now I have about an hour till show jumping. Maybe more. I need to check. So going to untack him, let him eat some grass. And then, yeah, just chill for a minute. Maybe go and get a drink because I'm really thirsty. Offer him a drink. Yeah, chill. But absolutely buzzing. Just been to watch Sarah go cross country. She flew around. But really interestingly, I don't think anyone has gone inside the time yet. So I'm going to make sure to be taking those tighter lines where possible. The aim isn't really to get inside the time. The aim is to preferably jump a double clear, but we shall see. Oh, there's a loose horse without a bridle on. Oh, that's not ideal. But yeah, so no one's getting inside the time, which is really interesting. I don't know whether that's to do with the heat, to do with the that it's the first event of the season, or what really. But yeah, something to have a look at and bear in mind. Now to get on for show jumping.
Well done. Just 4 to carry forward, Celia, 43.3.
Well, are you ready to go? Or do you need a bit more time? Yeah, I'll just find my phone. Just shout me, because obviously these are all after you on the running order. Do you want me to slot you at the end?
Now we have Harriet Constable. Harriet rides her own Casper's Silver Treasure. Comes forward with a dressage of 33.
Hi, you alright?
Goodness, we were I'm literally nearly crying. Who is this horse? He was like, I was like, I'm sure there could be one more in there. He's like, nah, I've got this easy, mum. Ping. And I was like, oh, okay. It's like a completely different horse, even to a couple of weeks ago. Oh, I think the spring grass obviously does help, give him a bit more energy and buzz, but oh my goodness, I'm so buzzing. I've been telling myself all day, I can do a double clear, I can do a double clear, I can do a double clear. Quite frankly, if we have a stop cross country, I'll be irritated, but if we've gone clear show jumping, like that's a huge improvement on last year, and just like my confidence, and they look so small. It was so good. I mean, yeah, we've obviously done 100 before, but they looked really, really tiny. And yeah, he was just literally jumping out of my hands. He was mega, he was pulling me forwards. He's got his happy ears. Absolutely buzzing. So just gonna go and change across country. I think they're just doing put your number down, so that should be quite easy to just go and get it done. But oh my god, I'm buzzing. We are ready to rock and roll cross country. I'm gonna leave my phone here because I don't think there'll be anyone to give it to at the start. So yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed, all goes well. I've got my minute markers in my head, got my stopwatch on. Yeah, let's do this, Casps. Put his breastplate on. Haven't dropped his bit down. I don't know if I'll regret that or not, but everyone's getting time, so hopefully I won't have to pull too much and I'll be kicking on. See you in a little bit. off. I've gotten changed. Absolutely buzzing. He flew round, pretty sure inside the time. I let him cruise, to be honest. He wanted to fly out the start box, so I thought instead of fighting him, he's got a bit of sloppy chaff there, which he's not very interested. It's not as good as recovery mash, is it, Casps? I thought it would entice him to drink because he's not drunk anything, and he was very sweaty. But yeah, he cruised, and he was probably about over 30 seconds up on his time. I thought I'll just let him cruise because he's obviously comfortable doing it. I didn't push him, I just let him go. We saw every stride really nicely, so I was like, yeah, just keep going, keeps it going nicely, keeps jumping in your stride. And then obviously that dropped down, they made a bit wider, but I still trotted to it. And then again, I just let him, like, I actually asked him to chill a bit more for the last bit. I was coming in here to grab something, but yeah, let him chill for the last bit. Casper, no, do not stand on your number. Come on, Casper. Yeah, let him chill for the very last bit whilst he got his breath back. Made sure we didn't come in too far under the time, and yeah, absolutely. Sorry, I'm just washing off the sweat from his girth because he was a sweaty boy, but absolutely buzzed with him. Couldn't have asked for any more, and I think we've actually got a regional final ticket for 90 now because we had that double clear at Little Gapcombe. So yeah, absolutely thrilled. Have no idea where we are in the placings. Probably going to stay here, grab some food, let him eat some grass, which he is desperate to get all of, and then head home. But yeah, thrilled. You don't like your sloppy mash, do you? Good boy. You see in a little bit. Stayed here an extra nearly 2 hours to pick up a 9th rosette. Very pleased with him. That jog in the free walk cost us 4th, so not the end of the world. However, there would have been prize money from the EHOA, Event Horse Owners Association, of about, I think it was 50 quid. So that was a shame, but very, very pleased with him. What a great start to the season, and hopefully we can continue like this. So stay tuned. People are looking because I'm walking through the lorry park. Yeah, so please like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you next week with Nutty's first jump in, well, under saddle. And by then it's probably going to be about 6-7 months. So we'll see how that goes.